guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and we have got Janemba and we have Gogeta, or Pikkon and Gogeta, or just Gogeta. But regardless, say hit top grossing. Today, I want to go ahead and take a look at our boy Janemba at 55%, and I do have both him and Pikkon rainbowed. Very nice of Dokkan to give me a nice little New Year's / Christmas present. As far as dual DOKKANFEST go, Janemba and Pikkon is one of the best I've ever had. Usually, what happens is I'll rainbow like Majin and Vegeta in like 2,000 stones, Exchange Buu in 2,000 stones, in LR Vegito in like 800 stones or whatever. But then the other one, Super Saiyan 3 Goku took like 8,000, Int Gotenks took over 7,000, right? Physical LR Gogeta took 8,000. Like, typically that's what happens. One is really good, one's bad. But this is like both were about evenly good, so that's awesome. So let's go ahead and Dokkan Awaken. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Here, let's go ahead and Dokkan Awaken our boy Fat Buu. Oh, safety net, thank you. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, like I was saying, Dokkan Awaken Fat Buu, or I can't talk today. Janemba. We're gonna Dokkan Awaken our boy Fat Janemba. Oh, let's also make sure to put the sticker on our boy as well. So let's see how Janemba is going to look with the sticker effect on him. Janemba right here. And let's see, we'll go ahead and give a nice little rating to Janemba's sticker. Now, as far as who's better between Pikkon and Janemba, I'm not even really sure yet. I would think Janemba's probably going to be a bit more useful. But, I mean, he is only in the 3 category teams, which hurts. But his team is really good. His leader skill is really good. Okay, so that's good. This is basically the art for the movie, right? Like the poster, that's what that is right there. That's basically the poster art. Okay, so I mean that, yeah, because it's a nice fast effect right there. It looks good. And then we got Super Janemba behind him. Let's go and take a look at Super Janembas. Here, hello? That looks good. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good, actually. I'm okay with that. You know, not the greatest one of all time, but it definitely looks solid. Alright, so we're in an event here on Janemba's team, and I probably should have fought a Goku family enemy for this Goku Black, who's an orb changer. But remember, JP Shaft or Physical Goku Black is way worse on JP, because look at this. So, Janemba, right, has this very, by the way, both the friend Janemba and my Janemba are 55% and stuff like that. Remember that my Janemba for these showcases are usually like all level 1 links and stuff like this. So Janemba does do a lot, right? He's got guard. Let's see what his defense is right here. 82k with guard. He can get damage reduction with 2 or more Rainbow Key Spheres, which we're not going to be able to activate right here. But I do think it's going to be very problematic for some of these abilities of his. Okay, so like right here, we're finally going to be able to get 4 type Key Spheres, which is going to give extreme class allies 2 key and 30% attack and defense. We should be able to see it activate right there. Yeah, we do. But again, what's going to be an issue for Janemba moving forward, right? A big issue is his links. The Innocence, attack link. More Than Meets the Eye, attack and defense. Metamorphosis, HP regen, attack and defense. Master of Magic, attack. Nightmare, attack. Big Bad Boss, attack. Fierce Battle, attack. Did you notice anything by that right there? He doesn't have key links. So it's like, yeah, you know, we could do the meme of like, you know, bringing a billion like, you know, support type units, like, you know, Physical Kid Buu and shit like that. You know, Kid Buu has got a few links with Janemba, the Fat Janemba, so like they'll work good. But Fat Janemba not having like key links, it's gonna be an issue. Because again, you're not just gonna run into every single event ever with full like support type units. You're just not gonna do it, right? Now, we're on Janemba's team right here, which is Mind and Body Erosion, which I actually think is a solid category. Because it's consistent. Consistency is the only thing I really ask for. Oh, hello, Rose. 4 mil? That's very high. You are quite good, aren't you? Because he's not full level 10 links. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty good. Anyway, Mind and Body Erosion. 3 key, 170% of stats, which is good. And then Extreme Key, or Extreme Class, 3 key and 130% of stats, which again, is pretty solid. Okay, so this is better. But again, you know, even within Janemba, who we're going to share quite a few links with, until he transforms, we're not getting like a lot of the really, really good shit. And again, remember that Janemba is a Big Bad Boss's unit, so until you get him to level 10 links for big bad bosses, he's not going to look as impressive as he could be. So we're going to get the type orbs, we're going to get the support type buff, which is crucial for this, with, like, the mistake with this fat Janemba already, this is the very first time I'm using him right here, and I could tell y'all already, the mistake with him, his support should have been for free. Extreme class, key 2, and then 30% attack and defense should have been for free. This 4 type orbs bullshit, it's literally just restricting him when there's no reason. That does not make him the best unit in the game by far. There's literally no point to it. 1.52, I feel like that's not even really that impressive either. Like, that's not that great. I mean, giving key and attack and defense a little rotation is nice. I mean, in his fat form, damaging him is going to be very difficult, but a lot of that is going to depend with getting multiple rainbow key spheres, which the other thing is, I mean, I was looking through it. I don't believe, like, villains have too many rainbow orb changing characters, right? I'd have to take a look at it again, but I mean, Rose is going to work a little bit better here, especially after Janemba transforms. What I like is, so he's at 100k defense, but I mean, we're getting support from both, Metal Cooler. Rose's giving, what does Rose give? Attack and key and stuff like that? 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4, so we're going to be able to get the support type buff right there. I don't know. I mean, I'm not overly impressed so far from what I've seen. Like, it is going to be great. We could do, like, the memes with, guard, though, right? Like, that's going to be awesome, but I feel like they held back with Paikon and Janemba a little bit too much. Can we transform yet? We cannot. Okay. That's going to be another thing that's going to be a bit of an issue, is that Janemba's transformation conditions, which is receiving damage 5 or more times, is not as easy as you would think. Typically, you would think, like, oh, that's so easy. Turn 2, it's like, no, because he has to take damage 5 times. So he need him to get touched 5 times quickly. Like, we're on turn 6. Usually going through Dokkan events, it does not take 6 turns to get through a Dokkan event, right? So, I mean, Janemba is going to be, I would say, like, almost a horrible Dokkan event character. Like, he's so overly defensive in his fat form, which will be good for, like, he's going to be great in Battlefield, Super Battle Road, long events for sure, where you can transform. He'll be good, but, like, I compare him directly to, like, Angel Golden Frieza, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Ultimate Gohan, hell, even, like, maybe, like, Cooler. Like, it's just, I don't know that Janemba compares to them. I don't. Let me see more of him. Dude, Janemba's at 180k defense? Okay. That's pretty good. So this, of course, is with Kid Buu, God of Showcases, giving 50% attack and defense. We're taking our damage, 5 times right here, so we'll be able to transform next turn, but it's going to be turn 8 where we're going to be able to transform with Janemba here. And that's keeping him on rotation every single turn, and he's not going to transform until turn 8. So that's not really that great, right? A turn 8 transformation? I don't know about all that. Oh, I'm sorry, 5.25? I should mention that my Int Janemba's full level 10 links. I'll have a proper video for him soon, but that's pretty good, considering he does not take damage. That's the thing, like, I think, like, the Int EZA Janemba and then the STR EZA Janemba, I think, are both, like, easily better than this fat Janemba, right? Am I crazy? Am I nuts? I might be nuts. Alright, so we're going to be able to get the support type buff again right there. But again, I have him married to AGL Rose right here, which is going to make things a little bit better for him. Man, see, there's so many moving parts with him. I don't want to be too hard. I'm going to need to see him again at Rainbow. I mean, he's going to look 100 times better at full level 10 links, because again, he's a big bad boss's character, right? So that's huge. He has Metamorphosis, which is a healing link. That's always very good. And he's going to share that with Super Janemba as well. So he'll be able to have that active even when, he is not transformed. But, like, needing, like, all these rainbow key spheres and type key spheres and shit like that, like, that's too much, man. And needing to get hit so many times to transform, it's too much. They're asking you, I think, to do too much with this Janemba. when they've just dropped bullshit like Angel Golden Frieza, who just does everything immediately whenever you want, right? Or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who it's impossible for him to look bad in any situation, right? So, I mean, we're at 122k defense right here. Let's go ahead and transform. So, transforming a Janemba, he changes quite a bit. He still gets defense on super attack like Fat Janemba. Honestly, I think he's just way better because he's now a Rainbow Orb changer. Like, he does one of two things. He either changed Key Spheres to another type, which is what we got right there, or he changes them to Rainbow, which both can be good because it's there to activate his additional part of his passive, which is 40% attack with 3 or more type Key Spheres obtained. Then he gets a high chance of dodging with 1 Rainbow Orb, which we can do right here. So we have all links active with another Super Janemba. When you get this guy transformed, this is a brutal combo. You think this in Janemba is going to be pretty good full level 10 links? Like, you know, all that bullshit like that? He no longer has support abilities, though, once he transforms. That's one thing you do want to keep in mind. Alright, so let's do this. So this is going to be Janemba's full passive active. 180% attack and defense start of turn. We get the extra 40% attack with 3 Key Spheres, and then he gets a 50% chance to dodge with 1 Rainbow Key Sphere. It's important to remember that the 1 Rainbow Key Sphere activates his ability immediately, right? So if Janemba was being attacked before he attacks, he's still going to get that buff, which is really good. Alright, so let's see what Janemba does right here. 55%, all level 1 links. 2.43. Okay, I mean, his defense is what, like 160, 170, 150, something like that, with 50% chance to dodge. But it's like, it's turn 8. It's turn 8. We got his transformation off on turn. I mean, we're getting the dodges in. But again, it's turn 8, dude. I think we'll be able to see the other Janemba unless you finish him off. You did. Okay, let's keep going. This was on Janemba's own team. Let's look at him on Transformation Boost. Let's look at him on Movie Bosses. I mean, you can say whatever you want to, but that wasn't that impressive to me. But, I mean, Bojack did not blow me away at 55% either. These characters of Big Bad Bosses, it's just like, you can't even properly evaluate them until Big Bad Bosses is level 10. It completely changes the unit. Like, it's 25% attack and defense extra at unconditional. So, I mean, that's... okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Alright, so now we're on the Movie Boss / Full Power team. See, this is going to be an overall very negative video. It seems like, but again, it's without Big Bad Bosses, right? Like what can you really say? But it's just, you look at Janemba, and it's just, there's so many moving factors with him, and it's just, I don't know if some people just don't understand, like, what Angel Golden Frieza right here is like, or like what Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is like. It's like, when they release units like that, the problem is that then when they decide, oh shit, let's bring it back a notch, units like Janemba just look mid as fuck, that's all. So, I don't know. So, like, we got pretty lucky with Ki here, I guess, because we could do this, right? So this is going to give Janemba not only his damage reduction, but also all of the type orbs for Ki, attack, and defense right there. So that's good. And, you know, this team right here, I like doing this. I think it's very important doing runs with units like this where we have no support whatsoever. This is just like all the strong units smashed together, which is what a lot of free-to-play players love to do, right? Now, again, this Janemba, if you get the 4 Key Spheres, I think he's going to look really good. Because at that point, 2 Ki, 30% attack and defense to all extreme class units, that's a strong as hell ability. No doubt about that. And then when you factor in how overly defensive he is, right, with the guard, with his defense being, you know, maybe 150k at Rainbow or even higher when he's got Big Bad Bosses and shit like that. And then the 30% damage reduction on top of guard and all this, like, he's virtually untouchable if you can get him, like, orbs. Like, if he gets the 2 Rainbow Orbs, he can't be hurt. Like, even in, like extreme super battle roads and stuff like that, like, he's not going to be taking jack shit. He is going to be fine, right? But it's just, I don't know. Again, I would say for Dokkan events, this Janemba is a pretty mid character. I don't know that I would really be running this guy in Dokkan events, just quite honestly. Like, he's just not, like, you could bring him, or you could bring, like, STR Cooler, who's obliterating everything in 2 seconds, right? Because, like, this Janemba, like, offensively is not doing anything really important at all, right? Compared to, again, all the other TURs. And, like, people love to just jump down Gohan's throat, like, look at this 1.7 million attack stat, he sucks. But it's like, well, I mean, if he gets hit at the start of the turn, and then he gets any super attack cell and begins stacking, it's like Gohan can look very impressive even before he transforms, right? Alright, so what is Janemba gonna have? A Broly just Fierce Battle? I mean, we don't exactly have him link the best right here, but I mean, that's because I have STR Janemba there, but we, had a really iffy opening rotation. But guess what? This is what happens in showcases, and this is what happens when you run through events. Like, you don't always get the perfect linking right away, so we need to see how good this Janemba is going to be until he gets, like, his good linking partner next to him. We're getting really lucky with orbs, because we have no orb changers on the team, no rainbow orb changers, no support, nothing. But we're getting uber lucky with being able to get his full abilities. So again, damage reduction. I mean, his defense is going to be over 100k with guard and damage reduction. Even at 55%, he's not going to be taking anything, right? So let's see what his attack numbers and stuff like that is going to look like. If you can keep him getting the type orbs that he needs, he's going to be looking super powerful and super impressive, right? But that's the thing. It's like he's got to get those orbs or else he's not going to be looking that impressive. The other thing, too, of course, talking about this a million times, getting him to transform. I mean, if you're running any type of solid team whatsoever in a Dokkan event, he's not transforming. He is not going to transform in a Dokkan event at all. It's not going to happen. He's not. Just put that out of your head, right? Unless you get like I can't even think of like a scenario, because again, he has to get hit 5 times. Usually, like, Dokkan event bosses and shit like that are not going crazy at the start of these events. It's not really until you start getting towards the end where they're actually attacking a lot of times, and then Janemba can actually take those hits. Now remember, because of the way it's worded, receiving damage 5 times, him if let's say you have like 3 dodge. I mean, I feel like most people don't do 3 dodge like I do, but like, if he dodges anything, that's not going to activate his ability. But I mean, he doesn't have dodge built into his kit in his fat form, so I don't know that it's really that big of a deal, right? Because like, the super Janemba characters, right? Like, they actually have to get, like, Int Janemba, I believe, has to get hit for that passive of his to activate. Yeah, I don't know. 55% Janemba just doesn't seem that crazy to me. I don't know. Because if you're like a global, like, free-to-play player watching this, like, do you really want to summon on that Janemba banner? Like, maybe for the blue fusions or some of the other shit that's on there. But like this, I don't know that Janemba at 55% is moving the needle in some huge direction to look super impressive. Again, though, we got really lucky with orbs. So, I mean, with Super Janemba, again, he'd be looking a lot better, though, for the millionth time with Big Bad Bosses. I mean, that would give him 4 links with Super Janemba, right? I don't know. I mean, I'll do the level 10 links as soon as I get them done, right? But so far, I would say I'm not really too impressed by this guy compared to just what we've seen recently. Even, I feel like because Bojack, right? It's like, you're using him as Space Traveling Warriors, which all of his best linking partners pretty much are. He's giving that support. Janemba, it's like there's a bunch of different circumstances that have to happen. Now, we just ran through this event where we got his support, like, and his damage reduction, like, pretty much every single turn, but it could have went the opposite, where every turn we could have gotten just completely shafted, right? And not had any of those orbs to get all those abilities, so, alright, let's go to what'll definitely be his best team, and that's Cooler's team, Transformation Boost, and, Terrifying Conquerors. Alright, so now we're on Cooler's team, Transformation Boost / I forgot again, Terrifying Conquerors, right? Alright, so this is where, it's going to be good for Janemba. Janemba is going to play well with a lot of the type supports, right? Obviously, especially his own type support, because Janemba's getting, 50% attack and defense. Plus, remember, the type supports are creating type orbs as well. So that's going to allow our boy Janemba to actually be able to get this very super sexy type boost, which we are going to get. There's the 4 orbs. I hate that it's 4. That's so stupid, because Pikon's only 3. Why does Janemba have to have 4 when Pikon gets 3? I don't understand. Alright, so let's see how this is going to go, I guess. Let's see what... this is going to be more so about Janemba's damage numbers. And I didn't put him in front of all of Bojack's minions there, so he's not going to build up that attack. But I didn't want Zangia to be able to lower Janemba's attack either, so... or potentially Bujin seal him. 2.3, I mean, that's... You know, obviously, 2 minimum is like... Or 2 million is like the bare minimum right now for good damage and shit like that. But, I mean, that is with 100% support. So with 100% support, right? Man, I don't know. Here we have our boy Fat Boo here. Remember that Fat Boo is going to work fairly well on this team. You know, with any types of units that need lots of orbs or rainbow orbs and shit like that, Fat Boo will work super good. But guess what? Fat Boo is also a super class character, so he's not on Janemba's team, right? That's Mr. Boo from, like, you know, the... I guess either the Kid Buu fight or specifically from, like, you know, the kind of like episodes after Kid Buu. That Fat Buu is not an extreme class unit, so you don't put him on Janemba's team, which is like, it sucks because that Buu like is good. A double rainbow orb changer is exactly what Janemba needs, right? I mean, I guess, see, I want Janemba in this first slot right here because I do want him to be able to start building up this. Yeah, that's not 3 type, or that's not 4 type orbs. Neither is that. Neither is that. Neither is that. And we're not going to get it right here. So I guess this is where we run the risk, the yin and yang of that Fat Boo, without being, there's too many rainbow orbs here to be able to get the 4 type orbs. That's unfortunate. So we are not going to get the support type buff, but he does have the damage reduction on top of 100k defense and his guard and all that shit. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of this Janemba. I mean, he's definitely, like, very good, but, I mean, no way in hell right now am I saying he's anywhere near the top TURs. I don't think so. This is more so like this dual Dokkan Fest is more so like an Int Gotenks and Exchange Buu, where it's like the units are very solid, but they're not, like, broken gods of Dokkan or anything like that, like so many units released nowadays are. So that's it's disappointing. I would definitely say this these dual Dokkan Fest characters, not so who the characters are themselves, but I think they were a little bit tame with them. Like, at the bare minimum, I think the units would have been much better with just the support type abilities not having restrictions. Right, like if Janemba just gave the 2 key and 30% attack and defense for free, like I feel like I would think much more highly of him, because he would be a support type unit that's untouchable. That's incredibly valuable. And then after he transforms, he could be an offensive powerhouse too. That I think would have worked out much better than what we ended up getting from him, unfortunately. So I mean, here again with Mr. Buu, we were able to get the support type buff and all that stuff right there. How is he linking up in between the 2 of them? I mean, we got a bunch of links. We would have Big Bad Bosses, too, if that was level 10. Again, I feel like I should just repeat myself literally every single turn about that, right? Like, yeah, you know, this is without Big Bad Bosses. Keep that in mind. But, like, look how deep we're getting into the event, too. Like, how many turns have passed. And, like, I think next turn, we're not even going to be at the point where Janemba is going to be transforming next turn. 2.1 is pretty good, but... I guess. I mean, that's... Because Kid Buu's giving 50%, but he does have a lot of his links active, right? You know, things like Innocence. That Mr. Buu has got Master of Magic as well, right? Does he? He does. Mr. Buu has Master of Magic, which is a 15% attack link. But unfortunately, despite the fact that that's an uber rare link, it's not something that they buffed with the link level update. You know, at level 1, it's 15% attack. Link level 10, it's 15% attack and all enemies minus defense. So it's like, whoopee, right? Like, I don't know. If you have that for, like, you know, like, second form Frieza's EZA, that free-to-play unit, or LR Jiren or some shit, yeah, that's good. But, I mean... I feel like I've been too negative. I don't even know if I'm going to dip my toes into the comment section of this one. I'm sorry. Listen, I know everyone wants... I feel like the main people, it's going to be like, Truth asks for extreme tech unit every day. They give an extreme tech unit, and it's like, that could be like a meme, like the dude from Toy Stores. I don't want to play with this anymore. Like, that's, we still Do not have the 5 hits, the 5 damage taken at turn 8, dude. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, that's the other thing, too, is, like, when using this Janemba, you need to buckle up because Fat Janemba is the one you're going to be using most of the time. You're not going to be using Super Janemba a lot with this guy. You're just flat out not. But, I mean, this is a really good defensive rotation for him right here, right? Because he's going to super attack first, so his defense is going to be 130, 140k with guard, with the damage reduction. That is, for me, like, that's definitely his best asset. Is his defense is so wild. And I do think it's going to play well in, like, Extreme Tech, Extreme Super Battle Road and stuff like that. Like, you know, if you're someone who can't beat Extreme Tech, Extreme Super Battle Road, summoning for this Janemba could be a good idea, because even though guard is not the best there, his defense is also good, and then if you get the 2 rainbow orbs for the damage reduction, yeah, he's sitting pretty at that point, right, for sure. All right, let's go ahead, I'm now going to continue on with the event. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's just go ahead and move forward through the event, and we will see how things are going to play out with our boy Super Janemba. You know, on these next turns, Super Janemba can put up some pretty impressive stats, right? You know, linked up with another one of these Janembas, full all 7 links and shit like that is going to be awesome. So, I don't know. I guess, again, just let me know what you guys think of our boy Janemba. Looking at this, I probably would say Pycon is better, but we, you know, can't really make that determination until Janemba gets that level 10 link, big bad bosses. Okay, good. I was about to say, please tell me we can transform here. Please? Pretty please? Can we transform yet? What is this, turn 10? Turn 10! Woohoo! Yeah. Turn 10. Thanks, Janemba. Oh, yeah, by the way. Ah! All right, cool. Janemba transformed. All right, so his orb change. See? Yeah. The other thing they could have done is Fat Janemba could have been a rainbow orb changer. I think if they had added that to him, that changes things quite a bit as well. So we're gonna get the orbs, so he's gonna be able to get that extra 40% attack. We got the rainbow orbs, so he's gonna be dodging, along with 116k defense. One thing that is unfortunate, though, that we do want to keep in mind is that Janemba does not have guard once he transforms, right? Remember that. 2.43. That is, like, considering Janemba, you're not going to see Janemba transform for, like, a minimum of 6 turns. Like, you're not going to see this guy before, like, turn 6 at the minimum or some shit like that. And that's the attacks that he does? Like, that's fodder. Like, that sucks dick. Turn 10, 2.4 with an orb requirement? Like, that's trash. Just flat out, right? Like, Bojack, you know, even, like, I was very hard on Bojack in the 55% video, right? But, like, Bojack at 55% after he transforms is still putting up good numbers. Dude, Janemba, 2.4? He had 6 out of 7 links active. The only thing not active is Big Bad Bosses because of the HP restriction. Cooler was supporting as well. Cooler was on rotation giving 30%. Dude, Janemba as a 55% unit to me is not impressive. I'm not impressed by 55% Janemba. I'm just not. He's not really that impressive to me. I think he could have been a lot better, I think. I don't really understand why they went so passive with some of these units here. Doesn't really make sense. Wait, I just used a damage reduction. That was stupid of me. Because it would have been much better if we would have taken the damage to get Big Bad Bosses. That was really dumb. I don't know why I did that. And I should have put Kid... okay, whatever. Because Kid Buu is not that good defensively. Like, he gets slapped around by Bojack right here. Damn it! Well, whatever. I mean, this is... the point of my 55% videos is, like, level 1 links, right? This is, like, you're free to play, you get the unit, and, you know, your first runs with him. Because, again, I've said this many times. Past, like, level 7 links is not free-to-play friendly at all. It's not. It takes a lot of grinding, stones and shit like that. Like, I've told people, I think the best method to go for level 10 links is, you know, to slowly use your boost on 23.8. I think that's the best thing you can do. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of this guy. We'll give him this last turn, and then we'll finish up. Again, in this rotation, we have 6 out of 7 links active. We are going to be able to get the rainbow orbs we need, and also the type orbs. That's another thing that's it's just so stupid. Like, why does he need 4 type orbs, but Pikkon needs 3? Like, it's asinine. And his attack set is 2.57. That's not impressive. Like, that's not impressive nowadays. Like, this isn't 2018. You need to be doing more than that if you're like this is not turn 1. Janemba is like a turn 6 transformation at least. So, you know, a little not really too hot about the Janemba at 55%. Just not. All right, so this is Collapse of Order in the Otherworld Janemba. His leader skill is the Mind and Body Erosion category, key 3 and 170% of stats, or Extreme Class, key 3 and 130% of stats. So, I mean, he's got a good, like, the leader skills are solid, right? Like, Super Class, Extreme Class, you know, they're basically the next in line of, like, the Trunks and Zamasu characters, but, like, I mean, Trunks and Zamasu probably have better, like, they have better leader skills, even with the, you know, only 120% to Super and Extreme on their secondary ones, right? Janemba's super attack is the Illusion Smash, which raises defense for 1 turn and does immense damage to the enemy. His passive skill, Evil Barrier, gives him 120% attack and defense at the start of turn. He guards all attacks. Then he gives Extreme Class allies 2 key and 30% attack and defense with 4 or more type key spheres obtained. That's where that should have had no restriction. It should have just been for free. And then he also reduces damage received by 30% with 2 or more rainbow key spheres obtained. Again, I would say the major issue I've got with this guy is just, I would probably, if you put this unit in my hands, I would make 2 changes to Fat Janemba right here, right? Number 1, I would make a support type ability for free. Number 2, I would give him the damage reduction just with only 1 rainbow key sphere rather than 2. I think that would be good. Because there's not enough rainbow orb changers to my liking in the game at all anyway, right? I would like more than just those 2. And it's not like Janemba has an infinity amount of orb changers on his team to play with either. So, yeah, that's important. He has an active skill transformation, which can be activated after he takes damage 5 or more times in battle. Now, the good thing is this is an active skill transformation, so maybe if you bring Janemba just literally as a defense unit in like a long event or something like that, you could just keep him in his fat form, which is invincible defensively, even, you know, 20 turns into the fight where he's taking damage 20 times. That's good, right? Although, I mean, just from what I'm seeing, I think the Super Janemba with like big bad bosses and stuff like that is probably going to be so much more powerful in like a lot of ways because of how much better he's going to link up with the other Super Janembas, which are already some of the strongest units in the game, so we'll see. Fat Janemba has Innocence, More Than Meets the Eye, Metamorphosis, Master of Magic, Nightmare, Big Bad Bosses, and Fierce Battle. No key links hurts. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Innocence, Master of Magic, for the most part, aren't going to be that great. I mean, we can get Master of Magic and Innocence with, like, Mr. Boo, that card that's going to double orb change, but that's literally only on Cooler's team. Because that Boo is a super class unit. He's not on Janemba's category. He's not on Extreme Class, so we just can't use... The only super class character that could be used on Janemba's team is the transforming Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta into Majin Vegeta. That's literally the only super class character on Janemba's team, right? So, that's unfortunate. His 12 key multiplier, 150%. That's what we typically see. And then the other weakness of this character is he's only on 3 categories. Not great. You know, here's his Mind and Body Erosion category. I mean, it's solid. The one thing I like about it is that there's no, like, real, like, misses with this category. But it's still not the greatest category. Some of the Goku Black units have aged a little bit. You know, some of the Metal Coolers have aged as well. Right, we need, like, more, another Majin Vegeta, maybe, like, another Deborah, shit like that. I don't know. There's more we could see there. Movie bosses, of course, is ridiculous. I mean, it's a movie boss team. You got all the Janembas, Bojack, Turles. Shit is insane over there. And then finally, Janemba's on Transformation Boost. He definitely will work well on Transformation Boost, no doubt about that. Right, you just have so many options, supports all over the place. Transformation Boost is just super good. So, then again, after Janemba receives damage 5 or more times, we can transform into Super Janemba, where I would say he does get quite a lot better, but, you know, he's not as good defensively, but offensively, I think he'll be a lot better. And he's going to be way more consistent, too. With the orb changing and actually having a couple of key links, it's going to help him out a lot, right? So his super attack changes, his passive changes, and then a couple of his key links change, or a couple of his links change in a very positive way, I might add, too. His links get way better. So his super attack is the Lightning Shower Rain, which raises attack and defense 1 turn and does immense. His passive skill, Breaking the Rules, gives him 180% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to another type of key spheres, or he'll change them to rainbow key spheres. Now, I would assume rainbow would be better, but, I mean, from what I've seen, the limited amount I've used him, it seems like no matter what, you're going to be able to pretty consistently activate his passive because he's changing orbs. So maybe if Fat Janemba was also a rainbow orb changer, that would help out a lot as well. That would have been very cool, actually. Then this Janemba gets an additional 40% attack with 3 or more type key spheres obtained. Again, Pikkon, it's 3 type key spheres. Super Janemba, it's 3 type key spheres. I don't know why Fat Janemba has to have 4. That's a big damn difference, too. And then Super Janemba gets a high chance of dodging. A 50% chance of dodging with a rainbow key sphere obtained. And then his links change to Shocking Speed, Brutal Beatdown, Metamorphosis, Fear and Faith, Nightmare, Big Bad Bosses, and Fierce Battle. So Super Janembas have, like, you know, arguably the best link set in the game. You know, it's a huge difference. You know, Innocence, Master of Magic, and More Than Meets the Eye changing into Shocking Speed, Brutal Beatdown, and Fear and Faith is a huge, massive difference. That helps him out so much. This might seem shocking, but having a key link is a good thing. I know, it's crazy. Who would have thunk that having key links is a good thing and not a bad thing? So, let me know what you guys think of Super Janemba. Honestly, I was not too impressed with him at 55%. You know, if you get him big bad bosses, he's going to look a lot better. But again, I don't really consider that too free-to-play friendly. It's going to take a long time to get links to level 10, especially if you're free-to-play and you're not using stones. That shit doesn't happen overnight. You know, using stones, grinding all day, every day, it takes me like a week a lot of times to get a unit to full level 10 links. So, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. I mean, Janemba's going to be, like, again, keep in mind what I'm saying here. 55%, I think he's kind of fodder, ass cheeks. But rainbowed level 10 links, he's going to be super good, right? Of course, with big bad bosses. He still is probably going to have key issues, but defensively, he's going to be virtually untouchable, I think. So, that'll be interesting to see. Till next time.